Hello everyone and welcome to OpenGL demo part 4, OpenGL tutorial part 4 on here on Code Tech and Tutorials. And I'm just gonna have to admit here in episode 4 that I don't know where to take this series. The part of me says, oh, just teach people how to make a game, but that's not exactly what OpenGL's about. OpenGL sure is used for games a lot, probably mostly, but if you're like, for the context of literally teaching people how the OpenGL library works, games are not really relevant to that. It's more like, do you understand the API? Do you understand all the things you can do with it? Do you understand how to use all the features? And what now? Are you going to abstract their library into your library and just do the same thing they're already doing except with a function in front of it, sort of thing? So the problem now arises for me where I don't exactly know what to teach yet. I was thinking, hey, maybe I'll make a little breakout Pong game and just show some features from OpenGL with that. Or maybe I'll teach you how to load models, but that's just the same thing I kind of already showed with these points, except you can add to it or subtract to it. Or maybe I should show you more about shaders. Maybe we should just go full on into shaders, which is very relevant to OpenGL. The thing is, there are so many OpenGL tutorials, and the reason I started doing this one was because I put out a poll on both my Patreon and on YouTube and asked what graphics library people wanted a tutorial on, and it was pretty overwhelmingly OpenGL. However, alright, let me just show you some stuff. Okay, so if you want to know more about shaders, there's this site, thebookofshaders.com, which will take you from a pretty basic start. If you go to the home, there's all this stuff about OpenGL shaders. But as you can see, these are not clickable. They haven't finished this. They've kind of left off somewhere. Shaders are really, really hard to get a grasp on. That's my personal experience on them, at least. Like, I generally understand how they work and what they do and how they flow, but still, every time I go to change or write a shader, I have to go look up documentation, and that's where the problem really gets stuck for me, because like I honestly don't know where to find documentation about OpenGL shaders. It seems like everybody writes them completely differently with using different features. You can't just find like a one version fits all for these shaders. It's like, okay, what version are you using? Do you still have these features? Should you use this feature? Is there a better way to do this? Is this efficient enough? It never ends. It never ends. But here they seem to stick with, I don't even know what they stick with, actually. I don't even know what version of OpenGL they're using. In none of their code do they specify what version of OpenGL they're using. It's just, well, if you're using ES, we're going to do precision float, whatever. That's the only thing they even specify here. So it's not really clear what version even these shaders are for. And I don't know what it is about things that annoy me, but I have to like dive in and keep figuring them out. So at some point on this channel, I will make some proper shader tutorials, not necessarily for OpenGL. I might move to something else. I might move to like DirectX or something. I'm not sure, but I just want to show you that this is a decent resource. It just has some problems, but that's the thing. Every resource you find on shaders has problems. I haven't found a good one ever. It just, do they even exist? And now let's take a peek at this, OpenGL.org, which is their main site. And you have coding resources, you got the SDK, you got all the documentation. Like, you can literally go through all this instead of watching whatever the heck someone's doing on YouTube, and you'll get a better understanding of OpenGL. I think, honestly, the only thing that YouTube's good for is walking through step by step for new users to get a project. So I think maybe doing something like Breakout would be good and just walking through it all. We've kind of got a nice start to something like that. However, OpenGL is, there's a lot about 3D, and if I'm doing something like Breakout, 3D is going to be on the back burner. I guess I can show you that. And that's another thing about this. Like, a lot of the cool stuff that you can do with OpenGL actually has nothing to do with OpenGL. Like putting things into 3D and using a camera and all that. That's just like a generic 3D thing. It doesn't really matter if you're using OpenGL or Vulkan or something. So I feel like, oh, I'll teach 3D for OpenGL, or the camera stuff. But that's not an OpenGL thing. That's a 3D camera thing. it really has nothing to do with OpenGL other than OpenGL can make use of those. So like teaching those parts of a game doesn't fit with this type of tutorial as I've named it and as I've labeled it. Like what fits is literally showing you the API and what parts of the API do and how to use them. And a camera's not part of that. It's just like all these little features. Let's just look at some documentation here and see if we can find anything good. They do have some stuff about the OpenGL shading language, and it looks like it's been somewhat recently updated with the 4.6 specification, which is the last. And well, there's a lot here. There's a lot to go through. There's core profiles, compatibility profiles. Maybe I should talk about those. Maybe I should talk about these different shading language specifications. I don't know. You tell me. So this whole episode 4 is a chance for you guys to yell at me in the comments or talk to me. No, you don't have to yell. Yelling's not recommended. And say like, this is what I generally have trouble with in OpenGL. This is what I have trouble understanding. Like, you know, the biggest site that people go to is what, learnopengl.com, I think, which is great. This is one of the places I started. Well, I started in school with a 3D class, but I ended up here after a while to get further. And this has most of the stuff, but there are definitely some problems here that are really, really hard to address, to be frank. Like the guy who did this site, Joey, he's done an amazing job. He's changed a lot of people's lives, basically, in how well this is all done. But I don't, he has a lot of the stuff. But it's just like his interpretation of kind of how to use all this stuff, and some of it's battle tested, actually using stuff, but a lot of it's not. So I feel like you could get a lot by going through all this if you can do that sort of thing. But what do you guys think? Should I just go through the features of OpenGL and just one thing at a time talk about them? But then basically all I'm going to be doing is this same thing. I'm just going to be making functions, abstracting it, and that's not really that fun. Like, let's see, I've got some things here. So I would have I have a loader here which loads everything up and handles all this stuff. But I could add stuff like I don't know, change. There's some feature that OpenGL is doing, like change. I don't know. Let's go find a feature. So basically, you can wrap your own functions around any feature in OpenGL once you've got it included. And is that worth doing? That's where I'm at. Is it worth just making functions to wrap stuff and explain it? I mean, the thing is, it's very application specific. It really depends on what you're doing. Like generally, yeah, you're gonna bind stuff and upload your things, upload your vertices and all that. But it also depends on your shaders. Like this has to match your shader. And that's not really necessarily, I mean, that's an OpenGL thing you need to know. But for me to show you that over and over and in different ways isn't really gonna help much. You can probably get just as much out of understanding C++ and then going to these reference pages and saying, oh, I can do that. I'll add that to my list of supported stuff. And I don't know. I don't know where to take this tutorial. Honestly, I've dwelled on it. I've tried things. I've shot a few tutorials here and there, and I just wasn't happy with them. I didn't think they were good, so I just didn't upload them. And this is it. Unless I get like some specific comments saying, hey, I really have always struggled with this, I need this, no one seems to teach this, or how do you do this type of flow? That's where I'm at. I don't know what people need to know. Although everyone voted for OpenGL, I'm not sure what you're missing out from these other tutorials that you might need from me. So let me know. Do you want me to make a game? Do you want me to make like a little breakout game and just show off some of the features? Or should I start just stepping through the references and showing you how to use all this stuff? Because there's a ton of stuff. Like, look at all this stuff. I know like textures are really important and figuring all that out. But there's so much here that I'm still learning all the time. Like, yeah, I've probably figured out a good half of this or so, but there's always more. And to be perfectly honest, I'm never going to use half this stuff. So in some regards, as I'm basically working on becoming a game developer, and I don't want to just be pigeonholed into setting up new projects all the time and doing little tiny projects and then abandoning. If I do that, I want it to be like a one-shot, not a continuous thing, if that makes sense. I know this is kind of a BS episode, but it's honest. This is from the heart. This is what I'm feeling. This is where I'm at. This is why it's taken so long to get part 4 going. So I would really appreciate your feedback on all this stuff. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.